Alola! I'm the official name rater. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames provided by the internet, and then give my recommendations at the end. Today, we're looking at Grubbin, Charjabug, and Vikavolt. And secret for you, I gotta re-record the audio for this thing because for whatever fucking reason it just came out very staticky and uncomfortable, so that's kind of been why Alola took a while to start. It's because of this recording. Starting off, we'll talk about lithium. It's referring to lithium as in lithium batteries, which, I mean, lithium is also a noble gas, I'm pretty sure, and a song by Nirvana. But I'm okay with it to a degree. I feel like maybe Duracell, Energizer would probably be better choices if you want to go with the battery theme. But even then, that's really only relevant to Charjabug, and once it evolves into Vikavolt, it kind of stops being meaningful. Havoc if you want your generic Bayonetta Binding of Isaac style nickname. Tesla for the most overused nickname in all of Pokemon. Haywire we've seen before. I believe that was the most popular choice in the Zebstrika episode, or at the very least it was the one that Chugga Conroy used for his Zebstrika, so there's that. Havaka if you were dropped on your head and for whatever fucking reason felt that it had to be Havaka, female, and Havoc just wasn't fucking good enough for you. And Panasonic I kind of fuck with too. I don't really know why, but I just like that one. I think it's just because it's different. Taserface I just personally think sounds funny, but doing a quick Google search does say that it is a reference to a character from some Marvel thing. I don't know it. I'm not familiar with it. I honestly didn't read it. But I also recognize this because it was our comment suggestion, so there it is again. But yeah, I don't know. I fuck with it because it just sounds silly, and also if you wanted to just separate it and just call it Taser, that one's fine too. It does complement the design of Vikavolt if you choose to go in that direction. So when I first got Vanilla Moon, I did choose Grubbin on my team because I just never used a bug type before and I wanted to try it. And it was definitely a bit of a pain in the ass to go through, and certain sites like this, or this thread, did not exist when I started. Like, this is brand new. This was not around when I first played it. So although I did use the name Bug Zapper, it was not from here. I remember finding, I think I was on a GameFAQs thread, but I remember thinking it was clever because haha, bug, electric type, do you get it? I still am not like the most in love with it, but it is fine. And I don't know, it's just fascinating to look back at things like this years later because, you know, this existed after I created my channel. Like, this wasn't here before. A lot of Ranker wasn't. The stupid bots that overflow Google now weren't there. So I am fine with this nickname. I do kind of gravitate towards it and have like this memory unlocked because I recognize this design, I recognize the name Kawagamine, but I still can't piece all the memories together. Even this blue guy here, I recognize him, but like, I don't know. I remember it from when I was younger watching Digimon, but I don't remember all the pieces. But regardless, I do like it, and it does fit Vikavolt, though I do think it might fit Pinsir a little bit better. I'll acknowledge Shrapnel because, I mean, his definition is pretty solid. I don't know how many people are going to get that, but yeah, I personally used it for Fortress because it just sounded nice, and also I was just kind of thinking about grenades and Fortress exploding. But, you know, we talked about before, we can talk about it again. This one is basically the same as Kawagamon, but it's a Mega Man Zero boss. I mean, that's fine. I'm alright with that. It's the same basic idea. I want you to know, last time I saw this Kiddo thingy, I said no. And then I basically said, I don't have what I'm looking for. And I straight emailed them saying that, like, bro, this is literally nothing and contributes nothing. And you want to know how I know that the Kidoddle team does nothing and cares nothing? Because the nicknames for a Vikavolt is Pokemon. It doesn't even know what it's actually nicknaming. It's just saying shit. It has no idea what it's even doing. Why would you nickname your Pokemon? Across my journey, though, I did learn that Kuwaga or Kugawa, I don't know if they typed it wrong or I read it wrong, but apparently it means stag beetle in Japanese, so it's kind of lame when you think about it like that, but I don't know, I still want to kind of let Kuwagumon Pass is a nickname just because Digimon, but I mean, you know, Lizardon's pretty fucking trash too. Mentioning Beetleborg because we saw it recently, I feel like it was Genesect, but I'm not sure. But just for the sake of it, hey, we've talked about it before, we can mention it again. If you want to, it's an idea for you. 9V is a different kind of battery if you want to take that direction. I used it, I want to say, for Jolteon, but that was based purely off of WarioWare. And I don't know why I put it on Jolteon, I just kind of did. We've seen Buzzkill in the past for other bug Pokemon. I don't quite remember which ones, but I know I personally use it for my Yanmega. It was just kind of what I saw at the time, so I was like, yeah, we'll put it on Yanmega, who cares? So I still haven't seen Cloverfield. If I remember right, that's the first-person horror film that never actually shows the monster. But just the concept of it as a nickname, I'm okay with and I actually do like. Viper did show up quite a few times, and I ignored it, but I don't know, with repetition sometimes it makes you want to acknowledge it. I feel like it's more focused on just the name than anything, but I mean, it's a different nickname, so at very least it's worth highlighting and saying, hey, that's an option if you care. Gradius being another nickname akin to Viper, though if I'm honest, I think maybe something like Gradius would probably be better for an actual Pokemon associated with space. But what do I know? Like that and Galaga, I kind of like both of those as options. You could give that to like Deoxys or Behem or Clefable if you choose. Rayavik for a different... Rayavak? How do you pronounce it? I actually don't know. For a different battery brand. I kind of forgot they existed, but yeah, if you want something, you know, less popular than Duracell Energizer, that's an idea for you. And then it also mentions Twin Mold, which I'm more fixated on the fact of it being from Link's Awakening and not Majora's Mask. I don't know, I think of Majora's Mask. I guess I don't remember it being in Link's Awakening. But we used Twin Mold as a nickname for Scolipede, or at least that's what I chose. So, I mean, I don't know if I would agree about Vikavolt, but it's an idea if you care. But that's it as far as the first page of Google. If I'm honest, I had to cut out quite a bit of stuff because it just couldn't quite work for post commentary. It's been a bit of a trial to go through. Here's the spreadsheet. Railgun was one that was brought up quite a few times, but I chose to ignore it because I just, in my opinion, it doesn't quite work. But yeah, that's that. The rest of the stuff I don't really care about. Alright, that's everything though. We went over the comments. What was Taserface? My personal choice was Bug Zapper. I'm not in, like, I'm fine with it, but I still think we could probably do better. The highlights for the video were going to be the battery brands like Energizer, Duracell, Rayavik, and then the idea of lithium as well as another idea. Kuwagumon and whatever the Kuwagu Mega Man thing was, those ones were highlights. And then I also just, Panasonic just jumped out at me, and I feel like from there you could expand things further and maybe do like Samsung or something. So, just ideas, but apparently my overall opinions on the video were that we could do better and Vikavolt could have better nicknames and, you know, we could step things up and provide better ideas for it. So any and all ideas and suggestions you have, feel free to leave in the comments below. Give a thumbs up to the ones that you think are good. And just remember, just because it's bug doesn't mean it's going to be easy pickings. Guzma taught me that lesson the hard way when he beat the shit out of me using nothing but bug types, and as a result, he's actually one of my favorite antagonists in the entire Pokemon series.